Discussion. Can't you see them dad boys are casting? Testing competition on their podcast mission. Never know what you get. It's chaotic precision. If you don't know, you better find out the dad pack. Are here to prove a point. We three kings just believe that you don't want to tussle with them. This show is thunder. Subscribe and tune in, and you're laughing to the very end. Don't turn your back on the dad pack. Don't turn your back on the dad pack.
Put the kids to bed. The dads are home. We are the dWo podcast, representing the dad world order, where the jokes are bad, the advice is questionable, the love is all real. I am the pretty face papaw, fresh from the barbershop, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. And with me, as always, the rest of this patriarch pack, we got the big bad bearded daddy. He is Big Rig Eric Maffey.
Honk, if you hear me, baby, let's go.
And he is the perpetual mid-carter and the two-time world record holder. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy, Bo Cephas.
Cowabunga! Cowabunga, indeed. It is day 1,420 of my world record-setting streak for going the most consecutive days wearing a wrestling shirt. And yes, I'm celebrating this day as well.
Hell yeah. Love that. Love that indeed.
Boys and girls.
Boys. We got another Fathers on the Fringe on our hands.
Yeah.
Get a little spook tonight. I know spooky season is technically over, but here at the Dad World Order podcast, it's kind of a year-round thing, especially with these little Fringe episodes we got going on. See if you want to take it away there, brother.
Yeah, man. You know, it's just we like stories that kind of make you think about things, and tonight's story is definitely going to do that. You know, because in the not so distant past, when you look at a graveyard, there would be bells sticking out over the freshly dug graves, and these bells were there not just for decoration or flowers or remembrance or whatever, but so that if there was a person on the other end of the string attached to the bell that was still alive, they could ring it and let them know that they shouldn't be under the ground at that moment. And that might seem like a scene from a horror film, but it's more realistic than you might think. Waking up buried alive didn't happen very often, but it happened enough to make something like that bell necessary to alert the living that they had made a mistake. First off, that's fucking terrifying to me. There are very few things that I can list as things I definitely don't want to die. Number one, I think, is being eaten by something. I feel like just, especially if it was giant. Like if you imagine getting ate by a T-Rex or something, it's terrifying for me. But the second thing that's the most scary for me is being trapped somewhere until I die.
Yeah.
And that is fun. I mean, I think
Especially a confined space.
For me, I think the buried alive, trapped somewhere until I die is the scariest. Eaten, yeah, that would suck, but it's not as prolonged as being trapped there with your thoughts, knowing you're going to die and there's nothing you can do about it. But you just have to wait to either, depending on where you are, if you're buried alive, run out of oxygen, or if you're trapped somewhere, starve / dehydrate to death.
But then looking at this comment here, running out of air would be horrible. But at the same time, wouldn't you just start to pass out before you really ran out of air? Wouldn't you slowly just kind of get high?
Suffocation is supposed to be one of the most horrible ways to die.
Really? I don't know. I didn't look too much. You didn't figure with all this research I did for this, I'd actually research what it's like to suffocate. You'd also think that, and if people were embalmed before they were buried, that they wouldn't have this happen a lot. And you'd think that maybe these stories that we're talking about all come from when embalming hadn't been invented, but it's actually existed since ancient Egypt. I mean, there's artifacts and written records, and historians all agree that there's a strong understanding that they used the role of embalming in their funeral rituals. It's closely tied to the beliefs about the afterlife, and embalming was a must for just about everyone that died in that era, though we only really hear about it in relation to royalty and the wealthy. But in the United States, for example, it didn't really become popular until Abraham Lincoln's death, because he was after his assassination, his body was embalmed and he was laid in state in several key cities before journeying to his final resting place. And during this period, he was viewed by thousands of citizens, which was one of the first times that it had ever been done like that. First times a lot of people even seen an embalmed body, and not long after that, practice was very popular. So before that, a lot of scary stuff could happen, and that scares the fucking like literally like I can't comprehend it. But let's get into a couple stories. First off, this one is one of the most popular ones. You might have actually, if you've heard of any of the buried alive stories, you might have heard of this one. It's one of the most popular. During a hot South Carolina summer in 1915, 30-year-old Essie Dunbar died of
What year? I'm sorry.
1915.
1915. Okay.
She died of an epileptic seizure at age 30, or so her family thought. They called in a doctor who confirmed that Dunbar showed no signs of life. The family then arranged a funeral and placed her in a wooden coffin and invited friends and family to mourn her death, and finally buried her. That morning, when she was placed in that coffin, the preachers conducted the service, which would have given, everyone's family plenty of time to get there. But Dunbar's sister didn't get the chance to arrive. And right as the service finished, she finally showed up after they had buried Essie. So after she got there, she begged and begged the preachers to allow her to see her sister one last time, and they agreed to dig up the coffin that they had just been buried. And as the funeral attendees watched, Dunbar's freshly buried coffin was dug up, the lid was unscrewed, the coffin was open, and then the shock gasped and the cries rang out as Essie sat up in her coffin, smiled at her sister, looking very much alive. In fact, she lived for almost a decade more. She passed away on May 22nd, 1962. I might have the date wrong on that. That is what it is. I didn't proofread. And Barnwell County Hospital in South Carolina. Local papers reported her death with the final headline, "Final funeral held for South Carolina woman who died once before." And this time, there were apparently no shocking moments at her funeral.
Everybody sat around like, are you sure? Fool me once.
Look at this. Justin, the Egyptians had it right, getting buried with their shit. Everyone else is bored into the afterlife.
Justin has been quoted several times throughout our life. Bury me with all of my stuff because you know that it is mine. And he got that quote from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, right?
Yeah.
But it's
wasn't that a Shake?
Yeah, that was a Shake line. Yes.
Yeah.
Bury me with all my stuff because you know that it is mine.
It's mine. And of course, we got the sister in here.
She in there talking shit.
Yeah.
Don't hey,
not yet.
Justin, spooky season is year round.
Just saying. This past Monday, I got to perform her wedding. So
I saw that.
She owes me being nice. So
without you, she's not even married. So I mean,
yeah, without me, you wouldn't even be married. Plus, I got to say the awkward phrase, "I'm marrying my sister tonight," several times, which was funny.
Yes.
People looked at me pretty weird every time I said it too. Like, I don't blame you.
You got to make it fun.
Another story. In 1817,
don't worry, she's pregnant.
Yes, she's.
Yeah, okay. She might have you on this one, dude.
Oh, what is
Jeff Ruby's.
Right.
Yeah, they did take me to Jeff Ruby's, and one of the greatest experiences ever. If you're anywhere near the precinct, I don't know exactly what town that is, but it's somewhere near Cincinnati.
It's right outside of downtown. It is
tremendous fine dining. I couldn't recommend it better. One of the greatest steaks I've ever had in my life. The freaking bread is to die for. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man. The sourdough bread is perfect. It is fucking phenomenal. Either way, 1817. John Snart tells the story of the beloved mayor of Bath, Mr. Cornish, who apparently died of a fever in 1737. His body was buried quickly. However, the grave digger was nearly finished sealing the grave when he and some passers-by heard stifled moans coming from the half-buried coffin. They rushed to dig him up, but it was too late. He had suffocated in his own grave, and his knees and elbows were bloody and beaten. Mr.
Oh,
Cornish's half-sister was so scared of encountering the same fate that she told her relatives to behead her when they thought she was dead, just to make sure. That's some shit.
See, but back then, though, do you think, I mean, that had to happen where, like, you know, I mean, doctors were telling people to, you know, do cocaine because they had ghosts in their blood. So, like, them telling if a person's dead, probably not super accurate. So,
Yeah.
if something
not
like that
well.
happened, like, obviously they were like, oh my God, he's still alive. But do you think there could have been some, like, one grave digger that was like, fucking zombie, like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know. They just think it's a demon zombie or something.
I mean,
They keep coming back to life.
Yeah. They
People
keep
have-
coming back to life.
people have believed weirder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so,
But I'm saying in, like, the ignorance of, you know,
yeah.
Yeah, you know, in some tick
200 years ago.
town, there's a terrible doctor that just kept misdiagnosing people as dead.
Mhm.
So do you think statistically that there is a chance that somebody survived being buried alive to an extent, and then when they came back, someone attacked them because they thought they were some kind of
1,000% that's happened. There's no way that's never happened.
and all the statistic of all the
You're
events.
telling me some two-toothed grave digger saw a body, you know, arise from a grave, and we're just like, oh, cool, you're alive. No, that dude,
Demon.
yeah.
Oh goodness gracious, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to search the stories to try to find that, because it has to exist. You're right. There has to be some
Did they
experience.
say, oops, my bad.
So,
Whoopsie.
Well, you know, you just mentioned some hick town, right? So let's go ahead and
Hey,
move on
Bryson.
to Octavia Smith Hatcher, who lived in the city of Pikeville, Kentucky. After her infant son died in 1891, Octavia was bedridden with depression and slipped into a coma. On May 2nd, she was pronounced dead from unknown causes, and embalming wasn't an option at the time, and because it was an unusually hot summer, she was buried quickly. However, many other townspeople appeared to be struck with a similar sickness that caused them to all fall into a coma. Crucially, those affected would normally wake up, but Octavia didn't. So Octavia's husband, James, began to fear the worst and exhumed his wife's coffin afterwards, only to discover that his fears were in fact true. The lining on the coffin had been scratched and torn to pieces. The glass on top of it was smashed and scattered all over her body. Her nails were bloodied and broken, and her face was twisted with terror. She was reburied, and James erected a lifelike monument over her grave, which still stands today. He reportedly developed a severe phobia of being buried alive. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
If my wife died of that, I would probably be pretty fucked up. Where do you think zombie stories come from? Maybe that might be the case.
Right.
That might be the case. This might be where all zombies stories come from, is all shit like this. Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. Oh, side note, real quick. If you guys haven't seen the new Frankenstein movie, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro or whatever. Oh my god, dude! It is. Did I botched that real bad?
You
I
did
probably
botch that pretty bad.
All right, whatever. You know,
I knew what you meant.
the new Frankenstein movie. Anyway,
Is it good?
fucking fantastic. It's probably
Yeah.
It does a really, 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 really good job of telling the story.
I'll
He's-
check it out. Also, I'm also thinking of this, Stan. Bring out your dead. Here's one. I'm not dead. He says he's not dead. He's on his way out. That's against regulations. I fucking love Monty Python so much.
The first thing I ever seen of Monty Python were those late night commercials trying to sell the movies.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
And I Napstered it. I Googled or Napster or what LimeWire or whatever I was using at the time, found the movies and watched them. Pirated it.
My stepdad was a big fan of Monty Python, so I got to see a lot of that stuff growing up. Didn't quite understand at the time, and then watching it, once I was a more mature person.
Some
Still
of it
funny.
I still don't understand.
Yeah, I laugh at different parts of it now. So
Yeah, that's definitely true. Your shit changes with that type of stuff.
yeah, dude, Ghostbusters took a whole new, different couple turns as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Although I am kind of like back into Ghostbusters now, but that's because the wife and I are rewatching Stranger Things, and it makes me like yearn for that time period stuff. And I
Yeah,
I'm super into. I've just rewatched the first two, and I'm probably gonna watch the ones I haven't watched, the Afterlife and even the female one, and just try to get the best out of it.
Honestly, the Ghostbusters reboot, I personally really enjoyed.
I did
the
too.
female one or the Afterlife.
Well, there's two. They're not the female one. That one was funny, but there's two. There's like a one, and then there's a sequel.
Yeah, there's
Afterlife.
Afterlife was the first one, and then like Frozen something was the second.
Is that
one.
what it is? Okay, so yeah. Afterlife was good. I enjoyed Afterlife.
Huh. I'm going to check them out.
People hated on the all female one, but honestly, I I enjoyed it at the time.
Dude,
it wasn't
every
like
woman in that is like from SNL and is hilarious.
and I loved that cast. That was a
Yeah.
female led cast, and it was a great cast. And
people are just mad they did an all female one. That's all
it
was.
It wasn't the sequel that everybody wanted. That was the problem with it. You put
Yeah.
the Ghostbusters label on it, and people are expecting,
Yeah.
the guys.
They're expecting Bill Murray and
Or some sort of tie-in lineage or something like that, and it just kind of
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, I get it. So
Hey, we got a follow-up, a second on the Frankenstein movie. It's
yes,
amazing.
see, I'm not.
Randy Step.
No, really good though. And it's on Netflix.
I will definitely check that out. I've seen the trailer for it a couple times. It looked really good.
And speaking of trailers for stuff, I've talked about it a couple times, I think, with you guys in person. But that fucking Project Hail Mary, I've read the book twice. I want to watch.
Have you listened to the audiobook version?
Twice.
Dude,
Twice.
I listened to it. I finished it like a couple weeks ago, and because we were talking about it at work, and I was like, "Yeah, I keep thinking about it. Like, I'm probably gonna get the audiobook." And they're like, "Dude, this movie's about to be awesome. Go listen to the audiobook."
Yeah,
And
I think I recommended you too. I think it was
you did. Well, you were. That's how we got to talking about it. I was telling him like, "Oh, my buddy recommended this," and
oh, dude, it's
a guy I work with used to be an electrician for movies. Like he did all the lighting and everything like that.
Oh no
So
shit.
he's a big movie guy, and he was talking about how the director of photography or the cinematographer for Project Hail Mary is the same one that did Dune. So he's like, dude, this movie's going to be shot and it's going to be beautiful. And then I was like, okay, before I even watch a trailer, I'm going to go listen to the book. And I did. And it made the trailer so much more meaningful. I was just like, oh my God.
Seeing something you're built in your head and actually see it come to life.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding.
Have you seen the second trailer that they just revealed like 2 days ago?
No, I just heard about it today and I've been meaning to watch it.
I'll watch it immediately after this.
It does reveal a lot more, but doesn't reveal any of the story really. It just reveals the plot.
I heard it reveals a certain someone more.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. I think it's appropriate timing because it comes out in March, so people need to be a little more interested.
I just loved the whole premise of the book and the fact that it's pretty much like, yeah, there's flashbacks, but it's pretty much all him, like, just talking to himself at first, like trying to figure stuff and like how he figures stuff out and everything. It's everything makes sense.
The literary
like-
structure is tremendous. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, it's a book called Project Hail Mary, and it was wrote by the guy who also wrote the movie or wrote the book The Martian that was made into a movie as well, which was a fantastic movie with a lot of real science behind it. And that's basically what makes Project Hail Mary just so fucking great. And it's going to have Ryan Gosling in it, and he's so handsome.
That's his writing style. Andy Weir.
Andy Weir, yeah.
He reminds me of Michael Crichton, the guy that wrote Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Yes.
Like dude's an actual like really smart person and uses real science in a science fiction book.
Yeah, to the point
I'm
where
gonna have to give it a listen.
bro, you really
Mike,
should
you'll love it. It's
It'll literally captivate you if you listen to it at 1.5, you can listen to it in just under 8 hours, so a solid work day. Bro, you will literally be by yourself like, fucking don't talk to me. I need to
I can't have fucking earbuds at work, dude. No music at work, no speakers, no nothing. Can't even have it playing on your phone, dude.
Fuck that. I'd put
They don't
No
let you have
fun.
AirPods in?
No.
Really?
Horse shit, right?
I'd get a tooth implant or something.
It immediately makes me more productive to have music
It's-
playing while I'm working.
It depends on the job site. Like the one we're at right now, you're only allowed to have one in. You can't have both in.
That's
Yeah,
always appropriate.
Yeah. That's
Safe.
But I don't know. It depends on the job. I know like Turner jobs you can't have them in like at all.
yeah, I want to scan. Good job.
All right, we're getting off fucking topic.
All right.
We are,
All right.
but that's what we do here.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, we roll.
1937.
There you go. Better.
19-year-old Frenchman Angelo Hayes went for a motorcycle ride. He crashed his bike and slammed headfirst into a brick wall. When help arrived, Hayes' head was mangled and he had no pulse. He looked so terrible that his parents were kept from seeing him. He was declared dead and buried 3 days later. In nearby Bordeaux, an insurance company became suspicious since Angelo's father had recently taken out life insurance for his son for 200,000 francs. An investigator had Angelo's body exhumed 2 days after the funeral and was surprised to discover that the body was still warm. The theory goes that Angelo survived because the body put itself into a deep coma that required very little oxygen to survive. Miraculously, Angelo made a full recovery and became something of a celebrity. He also profited out of his terrible experience by inventing a security coffin that contained a small oven, refrigerator, and hi-fi cassette player, which he demonstrated at a fair in 1974 by surviving another 30 hours being buried underground. I know that sounds I know that sounds like bullshit, but that is a 100% true story. And there is a photo of him, and I've got it uploaded here. And if he doesn't look like somebody who was buried alive and then made a career out of being buried.
Yeah.
He looks like he's retired to the Shire.
Yes. It's funny you asked if I had a photo because I literally had that was one that I had.
I want to see this coffin with the microwave and.
It's like a more power coffin.
Yeah, it's like a Winnebago of coffins.
No, it's pretty nuts.
Wow.
I don't know, man. His story is pretty crazy, but it is 100% documented as well. And you'd think that those stop happening around 1937 with him. No. One night in 1987, a 39-year-old Illinois businessman named Stephen Small received a phone call that one of his renovation projects was being broken into. He didn't realize that by going to this property, he was being lured into his own abduction. His wife then got a call at 3:30 a.m. informing her that the ransom on her husband was $1 million. The family actually received 5 calls in total and were willing to comply with demands, only they couldn't understand them because of the poor sound quality of the messages. But Stephen, during this time, was actually trapped in a homemade wood box about 3 feet underground. His abductors provided him with a flimsy breathing tube, some water, and they intended to let him live if they got the payment. But something happened that they didn't plan on. The breathing tube failed. when police finally located Small's vehicle, it was too late. They couldn't pinpoint how long he'd been inside of the box at the location, but they did deduct that he'd been dead for several hours. They did intend, like I said, to keep him alive. They gave him a gallon of water, a torch, candy bars, and gum, because apparently you need gum while you're buried alive.
Well, sure, yeah.
That's one of the craziest things about this story to me is they left him gum. Like, look, dude, we're gonna bury your ass alive, and we're gonna get some money at your folks. But here's
some big league chew, brother.
I might be all right for a while.
Yeah. Don't chew it all at one time.
I mean, that is a considerate abduction. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, you know what?
Amen.
I'm right there with you. When Cephas suggested this, I was like, oh, cool. So I'm going to have anxiety the entire episode. Nice.
Ugh.
I don't know. Random shit like this makes my skin crawl. So I want to talk about it sometimes. And there's a lot of really good, material, which is fucking terrifying. It doesn't.
87 though, dude.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, it doesn't always happen by accident either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did we just get a new Fathers on the Fringe episode of people getting struck by lightning, and we're about to have Phil on to talk about it?
Hold the fuck on, Phil. You got struck by lightning? What the fuck? That would explain a lot. That's where your hair went. Some bitch before he got struck had hair like fucking.
It explains that odd smell he has.
Yeah.
Just a crispy smell.
Speaking of which, by the way,
we love you, Uncle Phil.
Shit, really excited to see the return of Desmond Xavier.
Right? All the rascals, baby.
Yeah, it's quite exciting to see. Especially they made him the Grinch on the
right.
Yeah.
Those graphics were fantastic. Shout out to whoever did that.
That's probably who we're talking shit to, Phil here.
I remember when Triple H buried Rosie in the hurricane.
Yeah.
Friggin' WWE buried alive matches.
Somebody might think that, tuning in, they might get some buried alive mention here, but those
Look at
people.
Yep.
The mad
So
genius.
we're going to have a conversation about this.
Yeah,
and we're going to have to do it on the pod.
Yeah, we definitely need to get Phil back on anyways. We'll have to get him on in January when we come back.
That's why he's so good at submission holds. He's charged by freaking lightning.
I volunteer tribute for this.
Basically Raiden.
I'm just saying 12/18 in Dayton, if he needs to film an episode or two of Submission Sundays, we've got at least 3 volunteers right here. You know what I mean?
No, 2.5.
It's like, don't really do it to me though.
I don't know. Yeah, this movie, I remember seeing a trailer for it and was like, nope, absolutely not. No. Anybody that fucking cave dives is an absolute psychopath.
Yeah.
Huh.
No,
right up there with that is that movie where those girls climb that cell phone tower.
Yeah, nope.
I could literally sit and watch my palms sweat the entire movie.
I'm getting chills thinking about it. I hate it.
Oh,
I don't have that gene, whatever that gene is that thrives off that feeling. No, I shut the fuck down.
yeah. That's like that soccer team that got trapped in that cave.
Oh my God, yes, that's
I
horrifying.
remember that.
God, Lord.
Wasn't it in like South America or something?
Brazil or one of those.
Yeah, something like that.
There's a really cool documentary on Netflix where they
I watched that.
How they saved them, and it's captivating.
The scuba dive and it's just it's all that is a fantastic story.
The fact that they had to knock them out, like,
Terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
The details of how they actually got them out are just tremendous. How they came up with that plan that quick and.
Yeah. This right here, triple submission. Phil.
Okay, I'll be down with that.
Are you saying you could tap all 3 dads out at once and without sending us nudes? I don't know about that. We'll have to see. Fall. Yeah, that's the name of that movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh. Good twist in that movie too, but I kind of fucking definitely predicted exactly how that movie was going to go about fucking 4 minutes into it. But it was good. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely a good movie.
All right. But like I said, this stuff doesn't always happen by accident. It isn't always somebody thought you were dead, the doctor said you were dead, you've epileptic seizured out. Sometimes it happens on purpose, like we were talking about with Steven here. He was kidnapped and they, put the $1 million ransom. But sometimes it happens for completely other reasons than that. And that's the story of these two lovebirds named Michelina and Marcin. They hit it off. They
Sorry,
fell in love.
what was the dude's name? Marcin?
Marcin, Marcin. I even Googled how to say it. It's a Polish name. So
Okay.
Marcin. So that's what I thought. But anyways, they hit it off. They fall in love. They meet in Poland. They have a baby. They even, get engaged. They never did quite get married, but they got engaged, and he bought her a pretty nice ring, and all seems pretty well, right? With the very nice diamond ring, they have everything. Well, they decided to move together, and they decided to move to England, and they were going to go set off on this new life, and it just kept getting worse, and they started arguing. They grew apart, and Marchand just started becoming very gym bro. He was going to the gym a lot and not spending any time at home with her and the baby. And he was flirting with other girls at the gym, and he was doing steroids as well. So he was having like these rage issues, and she was just feeling really, really like left out, you know what I mean? And kind of at the end of her rope with the relationship. So she decides that she wants to break up, and she decides to tell him that she wants to move back to Poland and she's going to take their son with her. And while Marcin definitely wants this relationship to end, he can't stand her. He doesn't have any love for her left. He doesn't want to lose his son. So he comes up with a plan. Okay. So he invites his friend Patrick Boris, which was at the time was a 17-year-old friend of his. And they proceeded to tell her that they were going to go out shopping. So they, she's like, oh, maybe this will be it. We're going to fix our relationship. Everything's going to be great. We're going to go back shopping. And when she goes to get in the car with him to go shopping, that's when he introduces Peter. And she's like, well, this is weird, and or not Peter, but Patrick. And she goes to get in the car, and they start stun gunning her. And they stun gun her over and over and over and over again, enough to incapacitate Michelina. And then they gagged her with tape. And they drove for what seemed like over an hour. And then they carried her out what seemed to be an hour's long of a walk and deep into the woods, and they buried her. They dug and dug, and they apparently dug about almost 6 foot deep. Not 6 foot deep for her completely, but 6 foot deep complete to toss her into. So she was about 4.5 foot deep. And she realized she was being buried alive inside. She thought to herself, this is it. I'm going to die. She couldn't see. She had very little space, and she was in a cardboard box, and she didn't have a lot of time before oxygen ran out. So she waited for as long as she could, and she used the thought of, her young son, and she decided that she wanted to try to escape, and that's exactly what she did. So she starts punching up. And she's punching and she's punching, and every bit of her energy, she started tearing the box apart, and she was focusing only on creating a straight opening up. Soil was getting in, her face was getting dirty, but then she started to see a little bit of light, and she saw some black sky and some leaves. And even though she was so exhausted, after over an hour and a half, she was able to get out of the box and get help. But after she got out of the box, she is 3 miles deep into the forest, and she's trapped in the dark. And I don't know if you've ever been by yourself barefoot in the dark, but that's some terrifying shit. But luckily, she was able to hear some music playing in the background, and she followed the music, and she came upon a bar where she called the police. The police helped her out, and shortly after that, Marcin and Patrick both were arrested. Marcin got 20 years in prison, and his accomplice, because he was 17 years old, was not tried as an adult and only received 4 years, as reported by her
Wow.
juvenile institution.
That's crazy.
She survived them, and she's still alive right now. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. That's some fucked up shit, man. Like, people do fucked up shit to people.
I can't believe they only gave him 20 years. Like,
Well, she
if
didn't.
she wouldn't, without, surpassing some unbelievable odds, she fought her way through that. She was left for dead. You intended to take her life. I feel like, man, 20 years. I don't know.
Man, I mean, it's
Doesn't seem enough for the crime doesn't fit the punishment, or the punishment doesn't fit the crime, rather.
but then one would argue he didn't actually kill her. So since she lived, but I agree with you. There was, for all intents and purposes, he did kill her.
Yeah.
He just was not as efficient as he had once thought, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway,
What's
Off the
crazy
soapbox.
is there's several more stories we could have went into tonight, but those were just some of the most well known. I want to know though, what do you do? Find yourself buried alive. If you're in her situation, are you going to try to fight out with a lot of intensity? Are you going to try to move slow? What's your plan if you get buried alive? How do you react to that?
I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
reacting well at all.
You think you'd panic?
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you would, now being realistic, let's say you're buried 6 feet down and let's say it's not a coffin. Because if you're in a coffin with a coffin chamber too, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you're getting out if you're in a coffin with a coffin cover, because those are giant concrete, crypts in covering your coffin. So you're fucked beyond fucked. But
Like if you're putting a mausoleum.
oh, dude, even worse. Maybe you could scream.
I wonder how many people went in for I shouldn't laugh. People went in for cremation and were like, flames started going. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
Ow!
it's getting hotter.
Oh man.
Yo, 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 yo.
Come on. Oh.
Yeah, I won't be buried alive. I'm getting cremated.
She says, I'm busting out like the Hulk before they can put it in the ground. I would hope that.
I honestly, I would panic, but I would do everything in my power I'll die of exhaustion before, you know what I mean? I am digging and clawing and whatever I got to do to get out.
Yeah.
I think that the lady in the last story here, Miss Michalina, had the right idea of trying to drive a straight hole.
Yeah.
She specifically talked about she just wanted to see light first, and then
That's
she
the thing.
widened the hole.
If you're talking somebody dug a hole to put you in, chances are they're not going 6 feet deep. When they do that for a coffin, they're using a piece of heavy machinery to do that.
Yeah.
Or at least a machine of some sort. So, I mean, if somebody's digging a hole and they're putting it over
You're in a
you,
shallow grave for sure.
yeah. So, I mean, your chances are better. Their chances are you're not going to be 6 feet deep. So, ideally, you want to remain calm, because the more you exert yourself, the more oxygen you burn quickly. So, the key is to stay calm and then, keep digging in one spot till you find a hole.
You know what's fucked up though is that if either one of us ever gets buried alive, we're definitely going to think about this episode while we're in there.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. We even talked about this shit.
Talked about this.
Or any of the hundreds and hundreds of our people listening out there.
I can just see Eric in his coffin now, like, God fucking damn it.
We
No,
just talked about this.
no.
We're all going to have
God.
nightmares tonight of being buried alive.
I'm more worried that Eden is planning to bury me alive. Actually, probably make me dig the hole.
Okay, act like you wouldn't do it willingly. Got you puppy dogged on a leash,
Anything
sir.
for you, my love.
Exactly. You guys are basically fucking Morticia and Gomez. Speaking of Kill Bill, just throwing this out there, apparently they're coming to Fortnite too. I need to get on and play with you, Eric. Did you get yourself some high diddly dough fucking
No, he wasn't on the
planners
shop
yet?
when I got on.
He's not on the shop. He's in the pass. You got to buy the pass.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, you got. That's how you get Homer too.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm very, very tempted to also get Tyler the Creator though.
He's so cool. You get a little tiny Tyler the Creator for your back.
Yeah, it's awesome, and you get the Chromacopia skin, which is even cooler.
I don't know. I'm really disturbed by him having a mask of his film face. That fucks me up. Like when Sting wore his Sting mask.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
So I thought it was weird too until the purpose of it was explained to me, because obviously Danielle and Izzy are huge Tyler fans, and they kind of explained the symbolism of like the whole album and like the theme of it and stuff. And it makes sense.
It's very brilliant. I'm very unsettled by it.
Oh yeah, and I think
I just don't.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, Hey,
I
just
listen to a lot of it,
there.
but
Also,
Mike
do you
does.
know that he has said multiple times that Cincinnati was his favorite show on the tour?
Really? I was stuck in that traffic. I know that. Going to the Reds game that
It's
night.
out there, Phil. Anytime you want to bury all three dads, you can absolutely kill us on Revolver Television.
Anytime you want to bury Dad, you can absolutely bury Cephas.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Murder me live on television, but not for real though, because I got kids and shit.
Yeah.
Stuff to do.
Also, yes, you get the Fortnite crew with Game Pass.
Just saying, Justin, you get on, you play some fucking fork knife with us, dog. We'll show you the ropes. And you don't have to go in there killing a bunch of people. Everybody thinks it's all shooting and stuff. They have like fucking haunted mansions you can just walk through and get XP. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of different game modes.
As soon as I finish Hogwarts Legacy, I'll start fucking with it.
You ought to. I mean, Chapter 7 starts here soon. Which Chapter 7 is a brand new island, brand new everything. Makes it fun. Check it out, Well, boys, these episodes are always a little bit light because we have so many stories. We're looking for topics though, guys. If you want to see us, like lightning strikes is one that we can talk about.
Yeah,
we want to come up with stories to go over and tell you guys these stories. We have fun telling these stories. We're going to start doing it here soon, where we're going to do like a topic, and then each of us are going to choose 3 stories, and we're going to each bring 3 stories. So it won't just be Cephas telling the stories; it'll be all 3 of us telling stories.
And then I know we talked about this earlier. I'm still planning on writing my own script for exorcism and demonic possession.
Oh yeah, well
so that'll be a good one.
Anything you guys can think of, it could be fucking, I don't know, the fucking mating methods of a fucking praying mantis. I don't know if we can get fucking half an hour to an hour out of it, we'll do it. You know what I mean? I think that might be a little limited to do on that one, but that's just pulling that out of my ass. Whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're looking for some suggestions, so shoot them to us in message, shoot them in the comments, whatever.
These are always fun to do, though. It's like just story time, and I love it.
Yeah.
We should do one. I don't think we have any dates open in December, do we?
We could always make something happen if we had to. If you got a great idea.
What is it? Creepy pasta. What is that?
Why do you know? Because that's where fucking Slender Man came from.
I'm not well versed. I know kind of Slender Man.
Creepypastas are basically just scary stories specifically meant to like really fuck with your mentals, because it's a reading thing. So, and they're online. They used to be called copy pastas. So copy pasta, but then creepy pasta, and so it's a whole or spooky
spaghetti, if you will.
Yeah. Also, perfect timing, Mr. Troma King. If you're listening to this and you want to hear us, because we're off all next week, so we only have so much to promote this. But we're off all next week for Thanksgiving. So December 13th, though, we have Main Street Tavern in Ohio. We are at doing trivia that night for Saturday night's main event for John Cena's final match. Don't worry, when John Cena's actual match is on, we will stop and watch the match. But there are fantastic prizes to be won. You can win a $200 gift card to Broken Needle Tattoo. You can win some Panini WWE trading cards. It's going to be pretty cool. Bro, they're right there. Look. I have a wrestling copy pasted or creepypasta or whatever you want to fucking call it to send over. Please do. We could do them. We're always down to do shit like that. I like telling stories, man. I'm a storyteller. I'm a talking some bitch. So
You're a good storyteller, so
I try, man. I feel like I said, we need to find a nice, good topic we can all three write stories on and come in with a fucking boom, boom, boom type of thing. Yes, it is, Justin. It is an NXT versus WWE undercard, which is a perfect reason for you to drive all the way down here from Rhode Island just to come watch it with us. Just throw it.
Yeah, Tim's not wrong either, though.
Tim, you better
when the match is over.
You better be there because that's fan appreciation night, and you're like basically fan number fucking one. So you need to get there and come win yourself a tattoo or something. You know what I mean? You get a free entry for just showing up, and every answer you get right, you get another entry, and then we draw them all out at the end of the night. Somebody wins $200 gift card to Broken Needle Tattoo. And for the record, that's who did our dWo logos and my belt. So he's a quite studious young man.
Very talented.
very talented.
With that note, boys, you got anything else before we wrap this up?
No, I'm cool. I'm tired. It's been
I'm
a day.
ready. I'm ready for Thanksgiving, man. It's my time to shine. Your boy threw us down in the
Same.
kitchen, so yeah. I'm
Same.
ready.
I just got a free turkey from work.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta pick mine up tomorrow. It's the last day I could possibly get one.
Yeah. I'm excited. I will have. Excuse me. 2 different Thanksgivings. We'll have one on actual Thanksgiving and then have one on Saturday. So, yeah, get to eat all the food. I can't wait. It's what I'm made for.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not brining your turkey, you're doing it wrong.
Yep.
I don't know what that means, but cool. I don't eat
Look
turkey.
it up. Look it up.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing ham now too because I sent like the menu preview over to my kids and they're like, "What? No ham?"
I did on a last note, I did see some where it's like, who decided that turkey was the official meat? Like, why can't we make it something good like brisket? Honestly, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Like, you want to bring brisket to Thanksgiving? I am.
Oh, brisket's
for it.
turkey's not hard. The brisket, because I throw our turkey in the smoker, and that's easy. I mean, that's brining, dry rub, in the smoker. Boom, Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
But briskets,
Ugh.
blasphemy.
Ugh.
Tofu.
Tofu's
What
not
is
bad.
tofu?
Cheese?
I'm genuinely asking. I have
That's
no
fondue.
idea.
Never mind.
Huh?
Fondue is cheese. Never. I was thinking tofu was fondue.
Tofu is it
soybean?
Like soy?
Yeah, I think so. It's like if cheese and wax had a baby, and then you ate that baby.
Wax had a baby.
Oh, hold on.
Why can't vegans eat chicken parmesan? I don't know, Justin.
Got
Why
fucking
can't they?
chicken in it. Duh.
I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Waiting for it. Wait for it.
God damn it.
No parm, no foul.
You'll stand in the corner.
All right. Well,
You-
on
one,
that
one,
note,
one before we go.
go ahead.
You know what a DJ's favorite sauce is?
What?
God damn it.
Shout out to
love
Carter for work for that one. I told him I'd say it tonight. That's a good one.
That's so good. Well, as always, we've been the dWo podcast. I'm Bigger Greg Maffey. He is Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy, Bo Cephas. And you can check us out on all the socials at dWo_podcast, Facebook at the dWo podcast, TikTok at dWo_pod. Get that dad merch at Pro Wrestling Tees, T Public, or message us, directly. Like, subscribe, listen, follow, all that good stuff. Share.
Contribute.
With all your friends, contribute, comment, all the stuff. We love it. We're here for it. So, you know, be nice, check for lice. Until next time, top dads.